Demetra, as a woman, a lot of people say the Republicans are a good old boys club. The Republicans are, pushing women back. As a woman, how do you feel about all of that discussion, and what is your opinion on that discussion?
Well, if I thought that the Republican Party was anti-woman, I've got 2 daughters. Why would I be part of a party that would hurt my own 2 daughters? I think it's ridiculous.
Why do you think the media and the left want to project that perception of Republicans, of course, to win and to push an agenda, but why do you think people buy into that?
Well, they think it works. Single women, many single women vote Democrat. The Democrats know that abortion is something that some people want. I think they use it as a wedge issue, I think.
Every election cycle.
Right, that is a wedge issue, and
I understand there is an official to be found in the Democratic Party that is for a right to life.
I think you're right. Yeah. If there is, I do not know of them.
Thought I think Lipinski, really? Congressman Lipinski is a pro-lifer.
He was a maverick. I don't know if the son follows the father, but...
Okay. Right is our very fundamental, life is our fundamental right. But what else do you think is going on with the RNC? Do you think there's better chances for 2014?
Yes. We have brought on board Andy Parkett, who is a technology genius. He was an engineer from Facebook. He came from Facebook. He came from Silicon Valley to the RNC, and I have met him personally. And he has basically said there are other Republicans out there. They're just very quiet about it. But he is not the only one. In fact, when he was at Facebook, he had something on his desk that says, "Move fast, break things." And that is what he wants to do to the technology here at the RNC. Move it, get rid of what's old. We're going after new stuff.
You're talking technology. Not just the right to life thing, but the technology of getting to people that care about issues.
Yes.
What are they looking to do? What is the RNC looking to do that's a little groundbreaking?
They want to, actually, they are going to be building all sorts of tools into the data space. They're going to analyze what voters care about, where they are, how to reach them, and how to build better communications with them. Basically, all the stuff Obama did last time. We're going to do it, and according to Andy Parkett, we're going to do it even better. We're going to do it even better. So we've got good people in charge.
Who will that be available to?
I don't know at this point. I've actually asked that question. I don't know if it'll be available to the states. I think it probably will be, but I will find out about that. Or even at the county level. Yeah. It would be great if we all had that. We also have hired a digital engineer. And I'm not real technologically savvy, so what is the difference between technology and digital? But I guess it's all different stuff. But we also have someone who was brought on to do that, so we're putting millions of dollars into technology because that's what they believe that we have to do.
Is that going to get out the vote, though? How does that drill down to get Republicans out to vote? I mean, how disparaging in 2012 when you had a Barack Obama with the worst economy, highest debt, low morale, against a businessman like Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney lost. That says a lot about...
No, absolutely. I think I look at an election as a cake. The campaign is a cake. Technology's one layer, digital's another, boots on the ground is another, grassroots is another, county chairs are another. It's layered. You're not going to win without all of them. You can't do it just with technology. You're absolutely right. You got to get the boots on the ground. But the RNC is they're putting a lot of money into having boots on the ground. That is their strategy right now. They are going to be going to the African American communities, into the Hispanic communities, into the Asian, I believe they call it the island communities. And the young people.
Specifically, what do you mean by boots on the ground? Knocking on doors?
Let me just interject something before we get too far away from the statement about the last election, how we lost it. I'd like to blame somebody that did a lot of harm to Illinois and to the presidential thing. And it's that fat rascal from New Jersey, Christie. That governor palled up large with Obama over the disaster that the weather presented there in New York. And that was a hard thing to handle because it's very unusual, a lot of destruction. And he palled up with him and praised the president and so forth. Listen, Obama's been at the center of a lot of stinking messes, and there's no need to let him get an excuse in that one. Christie came here to Illinois at a luncheon I was at. He was invited here when Bill Brady was running for governor. And at the meeting that morning, the advice from that fat guy that hasn't got the discipline to get his body under control, he told Brady and the people here heading the party, something that I'd put a lot of money into. I'm trying to help the party here in Illinois. And he told him never say anything controversial till after the election. At the time, Brady was 15 points ahead. And Brady never opened his mouth about any of the serious two issues, how crooked, how broke. He never said anything that gave people a reason to vote for him. Brady lost by a small margin. I put that loss at the door of this guy Christie that came in with a bunch of crappy, no good advice, just exactly the wrong thing, and he did the same thing nationally. That guy affected the national and the state elections, which could well have been turned, but for Mr. Christie, who's now trying to turn that into a campaign for him to be President of the United States. He certainly isn't worthy.
Wasn't Corzine the governor of New Jersey before? Didn't he run against Corzine?
I'm not certain.
I think Christie's better than Corzine. Go ahead, Michael.
He is. I disagree with that 100%. Listen, there's a lot wrong with Christie and the warfare that he had with a guy named Brett Schundler, who was, as a Republican, was mayor of one of the large cities there, and was the head of education. I thought enough of Schundler, about 10 years ago, that I went to New Jersey to see him and a man from the White House. After that, I paid the fee to get Brett Schundler, this guy that was head in education then, to brought him to Illinois to make some speeches here. He was a hit. He's a very decent man in all of my experience of him. Somehow or other, that Christie put a stigma on him when he was running. That backbiting SOB.
Oh.
Now, here's one of the things that the RNC has a problem with, and you're talking about a lot of the data mining that Obama did. Mm-hmm. He takes these people and puts them in specific, very special interest categories. Mm-hmm. You know, no different than Gore in 2000 when he said, free child care for everyone. They go to each group and say this and this. Whereas the RNC, the Republican Party, we've had one message. Because the message should be the same, whether you're black, Hispanic, American, the message should be the same. It's about America as a whole. It's about the common good. Mm-hmm. However, at this point, they really need to start focusing on those special interest groups, not by awarding them with popsicles and lollipops that'll rot their teeth, but about something conservative that will bring jobs, prosperity, the ability to succeed, opportunity back to them. But they have to tailor it for each one of those special interest groups.
But all of those, if you think about the special interest groups, if they're African American or they're Hispanic or Asian Americans, it's the American dream, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
El Sueño Americano.
Listen, we just brought out a newspaper. Deb Gordill's running our Republican office in the north side of Chicago. Got the idea. She's got a Spanish history herself, and she got the idea of bringing out a newspaper called Americano. I added on the only Spanish word I know was El Sueño, and that newspaper that we have started is the El Sueño Americano, the American dream. It is already a financial success and is funding itself with ads, national ads and local. This thing is being distributed by hand through groceries and one thing and another. It's growing like the devil. Because why? The the Spanish people that come to this country, the real reason they come is the American dream.